Hey, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Q, and we now have our 40 teams for London after 3 regional finals this weekend for ALGS, which we've already started covering over here on the channel. We now have over 2 months until LAN, which means our teams have plenty of time to start creating a new meta, the way that they always seem to heading into a new event. And with the new patch dropping this week, bringing plenty of changes in its own right, there were 2 things I really want to point out, particularly when it comes to ALGS play. The fact support legends are getting a huge buff as far as the base kit to itself, which I imagine is going to get teams really strongly considering if they want to play those legends in their composition. The other fact though, Mirage just might be an ALGS viable legend for contesting teams. So excited! That's all facts, no cap, or whatever the kids say these days.
Sounds good to me.
By the way, if it's your first time through over here on the channel, I do almost daily esports news, updates, interviews, you name it. So if you're looking for a good place to stay up to date when it comes to ALGS to almost every region, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. Some of these changes coming up to just the base of that support system for the support classes itself are pretty huge. We're talking about a guarantee of at least 1 battery in one of those secret compartment slots of those support bins. That's a lot of utility, especially for teams rotating early. If you're able to get a good stock on those batteries, that's absolutely huge. Also, the fact that mobile respawn beacons will spawn even if you don't have your dead teammate's banner card. Now, just having a support character gives the entire team the ability to craft Legends banners, as long as there's a support class on the team. That's all you need. This is huge. We've seen teams be able to use this as a feature in the past to be able to kind of allow for teams to get like a full reset, be able to get right back into the fight. I can't help but wonder if this is part of the reason we've seen teams starting to break out more of these support characters, seeing people going with the big boys, the Gibbies, the Caustics, and even seeing zone teams bringing out more Loba. Gives you that chance with that black market to really rotate early and still have that chance to really dig from those death boxes of all the players around you, even if you're not involved in that fight. But the one pick that seems to keep getting overlooked when people are talking about the support class, or at least in my opinion, is Newcastle.
Emotional damage.
We actually saw Alliance running him a lot with quite a bit of success during the EMEA regional finals this weekend. You get the ability to create your own cover with both the mobile shield and that Newcastle wall, right? You can relocate down survivors, being able to move them to safety while you're performing the res itself. Honestly, kind of surprised that more teams haven't started adapting to that Newcastle playstyle even before this change. He kind of had a place in the meta prior to this Catalyst meta that we've seen in Split 2, but that was usually when he was paired with the Watson, really allowing teams to be able to play wide and take a lot of space, even if they were lacking cover or didn't have a lot of stuff to lock down that area within the map itself. I'm kind of curious, YouTube, with this whole new change to the support system, do you think that we see like a new wave of support legends as far as the pick rate in ALGS when it comes to playoffs rolling around here in 2 months? If so, which support legend do you think that we see the most of? Is it going to be Gibby, Boba, Newcastle? Let me know down in those comments below. And after you let me know, do me a favor and smack that like button as well, because those 2 things help me out the most when it comes to getting into that tough YouTube algorithm. So, you know, we do have those 4 support legends that it could be, but do you think it might possibly be the new option in that support role, which is Mirage? Mirage is a legend that I think of more particularly for teams that are like contesting, expecting to take those early fights. As we've talked about in a recent interview over here on the channel with Loopy, Vex Gaming's head of performance, those are the type of situations that would make a team kind of consider switching up that composition.
Like, hey, let's swap our Valk and try to play Catalyst. We'll be like the first team to bust out Catalyst.
You know, one of the most talked about legends when it comes to Apex Legend is Seer, because of the constant ability to get those wall hacks. But when it comes to the Seer ult, you see, there are really only 2 counters, at least now. With the update coming in this week, now that cat wall, the Dark Veil, is going to be able to prevent any sort of scanning as far as being able to see the outlines, being able to see those diamonds that you see from that Seer ult itself. Also, like we talked about in our interview with John from Leave No Witness, in theory, so is Mirage's ult.
Here's the thing, on paper, Mirage looks very good against Seer, right? And it sounds stupid to say, but Mirage, he had his ultimate,
right,
causes a lot of decoys for any sort of Seer.
I mean, sending out those dreaded diamonds all across the screen, not knowing which one you want to shoot, could give a team some problems. Gives a team that's taking a lot of fire the ability to find themselves some cover, maybe even get a reset, or just simply get out of dodge, which is something Mirage can do. But then, of course, being a support legend has the ability to craft those banners, craft those beacons, get their team back up, and get them them right back into the fight. You know, I actually realized in talking with coaches already that the hard part is going to be getting players to give Mirage a play at the highest of levels. I've already talked to a couple of coaches. They think that in theory, it could work. The only problem is that you do have other legends that just give you a little bit more value. But also everyone seems to agree that this is a much needed buff for Mirage, and Mirage mains can definitely rejoice for ranked queues at the very minimum. Now, I'll definitely be interested to see as far as for team queues for Realm in this upcoming weeks, kind of getting prepped up for LAN if we happen to see any teams trying out Mirage, trying to give him a spin, see if they like him. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of interested to see what kind of pick rates we see for our other support legends. Now, we may be tuning into some of those LAN prep scrims right here on the channel, so if that's something you're looking forward to, or you just want to make sure that you're back for almost daily esports news, updates, you name it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. Until we do catch y'all over here on the channel, man, or wherever we cross paths next, don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard, all right, y'all? It's your boy Q, signing out.